Okay, let's try that again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Vintage Story live stream. This is a live stream. We are going to be doing a recorded episode as well while we're streaming, but let's get the show started here with a little stream before the video kicks in. Yeah, I've got a couple ideas of things I want to do this episode. But one thing we can easily do right now before it gets too far in is we can make a couple more molds. So we need an axe mold, a pro pick mold, and a shovel mold. Let's just do those three. And I think once I get these molds starting to cook, I'll start the recording. Basically, for those just joining, and I was starting to say this on the microphone before I turned the microphone on. And just to make sure, yeah, we are getting sound. It's just very soft, the atmospheric stuff. Basically, what we're doing is we're doing a pre 1.20 playthrough. And the idea is basically we're going to make this character do a playthrough of this, and we'll start a new world once the full 1.20 release is implemented, and hopefully we get more mods as we go. But the idea is this character will go through some sort of portal and go to the next world, and we're just kind of pre-playing and testing out some of the features and so forth and so on, getting some of the newest mods and whatnot. So that should be fun. Let's see here. There we go. So we're just doing these molds up real quick, and the idea is that the recording will do most of the more fun aspects of this, but I'm just going to do a little bit of homework first so it's all primed up and ready to go for the recording. The first, just for those who don't know, the first two episodes, what we did was, episode 1 was let's find a place to settle and get basic resources going. Oh, we've got a pig. Do not know where he came from, but I will not. I wish I had a saw. Oh, okay. There's wolf sounds. I don't like that. This pig, you see, I thought we had him. I thought we had a chance to capture him earlier, but then he like disappeared. So now he's back, and I kind of want to take a minute to try to get some fencing. Maybe I should turn the recording on for that. That chopping sound is definitely new. It's very lovely. Can I remember this recipe? There we go. Okay, so back to what I was doing. So boy, that music is so loud in my headpiece. Yeah, you can still hear it regardless of what I do manually with the earphones. Okay, so anyway, I think what I should do, we'll get the boar if we can, but let's get this finished up first and then get these cooking. The good news is I have plenty of sticks now finally, so I actually don't need to worry too much about that. Okay, so we're here. Yeah, that pig just wandered right through my land and I have no idea where it ended up. Oh, gotta love these songs. They're I can't remember the composer of the music for this game, but whoever he is, he's really good. I like his music a lot. Their music, whoever it is. All right, so we need 30 grass, and then once I light these, we're gonna go ahead and start the recording. And so, of course, whenever I do that, I'll have to do some additional exposition for the folks watching the produced video later. go. Like I said, plenty of sticks finally, so easy enough. Oh, and I did find this torch holder here, so we've got a torch there for whenever we actually get a lantern, we can keep using the torch there. Alright, let's get some peat. Do I have peat? Yes. Just enough. Alright, so... And as you can see, it is getting to be morning time as well, which is perfect for this. Slightly concerned that these will light that fence on fire. Probably shouldn't have made this so close to my farm. Yeah, I'm actually extremely concerned about that. I think the solution to that, I'm gonna make a little cobblestone protection. Oh, there's straight up a wolf in my base, but it's a baby wolf. Okay, let's hope it hasn't burned down yet. Alright. Let's see if that helps. Not sure that it will, but we'll see. So this is, let's go ahead and get the recording started. And welcome to Vintage Story. This is episode 3. We are back in the world. As you can see, I've added my camera to keep this series moving right along. Last episode, we got copper. We did a few things, and I told you I'd get some more charcoal going. And indeed, my promise will be fulfilled. But before I get too far afield, I wanted to point out that we have a boar wandering around our base. And while I don't necessarily know where I want to have my boar pen eventually, I'll tell you one thing, it does not hurt to trap this creature. Okay, dude. Okay, here we go. Okay, I've got one chance here. And he's trapped. Okay, very good. Okay, so we've trapped a boar. That is a fun little thing that we've done. Whatever, we'll figure out the other part of that later. But it's good to do that if you can just make a couple fences. And by the way, you can easily make fences in the early game. Either these dry stone fences, which are very easy, or you can make crude fencing, which is a rough-hewn fencing, rather. Just 2 logs and 2 sticks and an axe. It's very easy. That's what I've done here. I could have done this. Made a few of them that way. And these are not bad to have just in general. You can make little landscaping features like this. But anyway, that's a small part of what I wanted to get into in today's episode. Now, in today's episode, it's all about copper. And we did some copper stuff last time. I got my first tools, and I used it a little bit, but I'm going to show you what we do to get more copper in this episode. I've also made a 2x2x2 pit of charcoal now, so we now have plenty of charcoal to get us through. For whenever we need that. I've also done a little bit of exploring, and I found some cute things, and I'll talk about them in a little bit. For now, I'm just going to put them up in various places and store some of these away. Oh. I also I tried to make some food last episode, but it wasn't actually, it was after the episode. I made some mushroom stew, and that's what I've been coasting off of for a little while, but as you can see, we're very nearly back at the point of starvation again. So we'll go ahead and be looking for food as well this episode. Okay, so as you can see, the sun is rising, and that's lovely. Alright, so let's talk about copper. So, each one of these red pickaxes represents a copper deposit. I went ahead and mined this one up already, and part of this one as well. But we're going to go mine this one today, and, well, let's just do that. It's the closest one to my base. There's that little pup. I wonder if I should try to contain that too. I don't know. See, the puppy wolves are not bad. It's the adults that'll get you. But anyway, here's that copper, that first copper deposit. It's right about here. So go ahead and just dig down. And in this case, we're right at the rock level. This is very easy. We're just going to dig down in a stairway kind of fashion like this until we come across the copper. It should be about, 1 to 5 blocks down at most. And if you get down to about here and you don't see it, it's probably more of an issue if you missed it laterally rather than deep depth-wise. But we'll check. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we've got medium quality copper in native, claystone. And these form in little discs. And the discs change a little bit based on the above ground spot. Oh shit. I just remembered that I have collapses on, so that means... Alright. Jesus. I'm not used to this at all. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm not used to having collapses on at all. It's a relatively new mechanic in the game, but it's not too bad. You just have to, like... Oh, there's that wolf again. I kind of want to capture him. I'm not sure it's going to be easy to capture him because I think he runs away, but let's see. Anyway, the collapse thing, just try not to mine on the ceiling that much if possible. Alright, where did he go? I'm like so distracted. I get distracted so easily in this game, which is one of the beauties of the game. It's so interactive and immersive that you can just find yourself on like a mission all of a sudden to like capture a baby wolf. Okay, that's where I was. And I heard him right up here somewhere. Okay, there's a rabbit. We definitely want to be careful with rabbits because they can get into our farm. And we might continue to address that in this episode. Where'd that wolf go? Oh, there he is. Here, let's get him in. That's awesome. I got him right in there. Cool. That is shocking that I was able to do that so easily. I guess the one thing I could do is I could kind of set this up as like a little capture pin. And that way, if I ever come across an animal out here, if I want to capture it, I can just chase it into this little place. And this rabbit, again, very concerning. He's moving toward my crops. Okay, let's go back to the copper now. And then we will deal with the farm today. But I already got one. And we're going to get some more. Alright. So again, we're going to avoid mining at the ceiling. Except I'm going to mine these ones here. These are part of the collapse that happened. I'm not sure if you could get more collapse by mining collapsed ones, but the strategy you should use is mine from the top down generally rather than from the bottom up. That way if you mine this one, I think it's less likely to collapse, but if I were to mine that one, it would be likely to collapse. Also, I'm pretty sure mining the ore blocks... Oh shoot, that was loud for me. I'm hungry. There's flint. Not that we need any. Oh, my Roomba started for some reason. Is that really loud for you guys? I think it's very loud. Let me... That's all fine. Okay, so let's try to get some food real quick. At a little bit of a loss for where to go for food right now. I guess... I mean, I didn't bring my spears. One option is the fish. Oh, I guess this guy is dead. He's partially eaten by an animal, so that's probably wolves. He's got nothing on him. I'll take the bones, though, for now. Oh, there's a cave. Oh, I've already marked it. Okay. Alright, let's head over here and see if there's any fresh berries that we haven't transplanted, or... Oh, here's some mushroom material. Let's get that. Oh, that's funeral bell. We don't want that. Shiitake, though, as you probably know, is very edible in real life and in this game. Okay, so I'll eat that raw right now. Man, we have had a really scattered diet. I can't remember if jack-o'-lantern is poisonous. Let me try. Oh yeah, that one hurt a lot. I did actually restore some hunger though, but it wounded me, so we can't do jack-o'-lantern. So that's good to know. Makes sense. It has an ominous name like jack-o'-lantern. All right, I'm just getting a little bit more food real quick. Blueberry flowering. I'm gonna take that back. And this is... Oh, chanterelle. That's edible for sure. Oh, okay. We've got a friend there. Okay. Okay, so we can't get the chanterelle. And my torch is going to go out. Okay. And this wolf is pursuing me aggressively. Well, that sucks. I really wanted those mushrooms. The wolf was guarding them. I mean, not literally, probably, but... Alright, I guess let's go this... Oh, here we go. What's that? There's some. There's some more. What you maybe want to think about trying to do is get, like, a few of the same type, because you can make stew, and it's so much more efficient. Here's some more. So that's 4. That's not bad. I'm also going to grab this seashell. That is not... food, and it can be ground into lime, but right now I'm going to use it for decoration. Okay, and then the other thing I was thinking about is fish. Okay. Now, in prior versions, you could just pick these guys up and eat them raw. But I think, if I remember reading correctly, I think you now have to cook your fish. Let me see. Nope, I can still eat it raw. Okay. So that's a viable, like, very low efficiency, you know, somewhat low efficiency option. Okay, here's onions. That's almost fully grown. I was hoping to get an onion or two. There we go. I'll certainly take the seeds as well. Is that a live sow? Oh, here's white currant, and it's ripe. That's nice. Okay, and then we've got a ripe, or a mature rye. Black currant, not ripe. Okay. Okay, so this lady needs to go join her husband at my base. Oh, that's my dryer. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to chase this guy back. And at the very least, just get them kind of in my neighborhood. Come on. Okay, now it's chasing me. So kind of doing this do-si-do, where I was chasing it for a little bit, and now it's chasing me. Except for it didn't chase me that hard. Come here. Okay, now I'm chasing it again. Obviously, there's a wolf there too, so I gotta be mindful of that. I don't know if wolves go for pigs. They may not, and they'd be wise not to. That'd be a fight worth, you know, watching. There we go. And I'm just trying to corral this pig back to my place. This is one technique you can use in the early game to get animals back. I'm just going to eat these mushrooms. We don't have enough to make a stew. Okay, we're just about back, I think. Yeah. So there we go. So this is good. So if I can get this pig into that little fenced off area next to my base. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Did I lose it down here? I've lost the pig. I'm sure you were all watching that and saw where it went. Oh, there it is, just up there. Okay, I was right. I just lost vision on it. Where'd it go? I need it to go into my little trap area. There it is, right there, okay. Okay, come here. Come get me. Come on. Okay, here we go. Oh, it got me there. It's a little bit dangerous. Ah, shit. There we go, I got it. Okay, I'm very wounded, but I did succeed. So I've now captured the sow and the boar. And gosh, I don't remember having so much fun collecting animals before. Now there's easier ways to do this, and I'll show some of those at some point. But obviously that was a fun bit of distraction, and now we've got a baby wolf and two pigs, a mating pair. Okay, so that's awesome. Okay, back to what I was doing before I was rudely interrupted. Getting a little bit more copper. Now there are support beams. I will just say that real quick. And this is very much similar to a Terra Firma Craft concept. Let me just see if I can make... Well, I don't have a saw yet, so I can't make them. Okay. But ostensibly, the idea is eventually we'll be able to make a wooden instrument that will be used to prevent collapses like we just observed a few minutes ago. Okay, so getting a lot of good copper here. Get this one. I'm not sure if this will cause a collapse. Okay. And again, I think similar to Terra Firma Craft, if you mine the ore block itself, it is less likely to cause any sort of collapse. In fact, I think it might be impossible, but I'm not quite ready to be sure about that yet. Also helps, in general, to mine blocks when you're standing further away from them, if you're worried about collapses, because then you have time to move out of the way. This one could trigger a collapse right there. See that? And in fact, it sure did. It sure did. Okay, so that triggered a collapse. No big deal. I think I'm still learning about this game mechanic, but what I can clearly see as the dust literally settles is what happened was no actual blocks got removed from the game up above. It generated these cracked variants of the claystone, and they were treated with gravity for a minute, and then whenever they settled, they stopped having gravity. And they became like a normal rock block. And that looks to be just the little pit that I was digging a second ago, I think. Unless there's a cave that we're connecting up to. I don't remember there being a cave down here. Yeah, that's just what I was digging earlier. Okay. But anyway, you can mine out a bunch of this copper, you know, and this is a pretty good amount. This is healthy. Yeah, if I had been standing closer to that cave-in, I very easily could have died. I probably would have died. Alright, so again, mining from the top down is the safer route here. And I'm just getting rid of some of these cave-in blocks. By the way, once you get your pickaxe, and this doesn't apply to cave-in blocks, but it applies to other blocks. Once you get your pickaxe, you can isolate a block all by itself. Let me show you an example of one that will work on. This one should work. You can isolate this block here by mining all the blocks around it, and that will have the effect of liberating the block itself. So this should pop right off right now. Okay, and I think I've gotten most, if not all, of the copper down here. I mean, it's hard to say exact. Here we go. There's a little bit more. It is always hard to say when you've got all of it, but you can. Here's a little bit more down here. Okay, and that actually does it for my pickaxe as well. So we're gonna go ahead and head back with what we got. Now we've got 30 of medium copper. So now if we go over here, and I've got a bunch of other copper somewhere too. Let's get that torch replaced. Yeah, here we go. So we'll take this hammer and we'll pop that in to there, and then we get all that, and we've got enough for 6 nuggets there. And then I mined a little bit earlier, so we'll get that going as well. This is all medium quality. You can get poor, medium, rich, and bountiful qualities. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so there we go. And let's put this dirt in our dirt bucket there. These can also be broken down, but I like to keep them. They look nice. They're just crystal. You have a chance to get a crystal sometimes when you mine. So anyway, now that I've got boatloads of copper, we can maybe start thinking about this anvil. Before I do that, though, let me show you what I've done over here. I started a couple of pit kilns with additional molds in them, and I've got a prospecting pick mold, a shovel, and an axe. So I really would like to make those tools as well. Here is my farm, by the way. It is looking really good, looking really nice. The butterflies love it, these butterflies are out of control in this area, and I love it. But let's plant these. See, every time I find new crops, I just plant them. Here's another fish I could eat raw. Oh, I burn up my other torch there, no problem. No problems. Alright, we're gonna eat that. These that we started earlier are coming along, but they're growing slow because they're in bad soil. This good soil, I went ahead and mined up this other patch. You know, we found that one patch of good soil over here, which we mined, turned that to gray to mark that it's used up. I did the same to this patch, so this is the total of both of those patches, and you can see where we've made this dirt, this high quality soil. Okay. Eat this one as well. Okay, there we go. Alright, but now that we've got that going on, and, you know, I would like these to be done before I necessarily get my copper going, but let's at least set it up. I have the feeling those things will be ready very soon. And we're going to need a lot more charcoal as well, so let's get at least, you know, 10 or 15 charcoal here. I've got 2 somewhere as well. That'll be good. Okay, so then that one. Okay. Okay, so I think, 14 copper is probably pretty good. What we really want is 900 units for the anvil. Definitely want another pickaxe. I want to do both of those. So that's 1, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to end up needing at least 1,200 units. This is 640, and that's 1,280. And there's 1,300, and then we can even go further. 1,600, pretty good. I think we'll go with that, because once those other molds get done, I think that's going to be about the right amount. Now that's going to take a while to heat up, so let's just get that going right away. Oops, not you. You. Oh, and I guess the proper thing to do is to preheat it a little bit. So I'll preheat it with the firewood that we just have sitting there, but that's not going to get it that hot. It's going to get it up to 700. The charcoal has to get it the rest of the way. Put this with the other bones. Munch on those things. Alright, blueberry I think I've been putting down here. Yes. And then white currant, yep, I've got a little patch started here. That's fine, whatever. Some of these are getting close to blooming. Oh, I do have white. I already have white currant. Oh, that's black currant there. This is white currant. Okay, whatever. I think I inadvertently placed it in the wrong location. Okay, that's all white currant. Black currant, and then red currant should be, yeah. So I could use a little bit more black, actually, too. And then blueberry, cranberry. Cranberry is good. The blueberry's getting there. Pretty good selections of all, though. And then we're waiting on these trees to see if they take. What we'll eventually want to do is get the two pigs into the same location. And we might do that this episode, we'll see. We've 25 minutes into an episode that's probably going to be about an hour. Okay, so these are still burning. Let's go up and get the charcoal going on the copper up here before that fire burns out and gets cold. It's probably right about now when it's out of fuel. Yep, man, did I have that timed right? Okay, so this is going to take us up to the 1,100 needed. It's going to take us up to 1,300, but it's going to get well over the 1,100 needed to melt copper. Now the hope, if I plan this anything close to right, this is a little dangerous, and if you're playing at home, I wouldn't recommend doing it this way, but if these get done within the time that copper stays molten, that would be ideal. If not, it's not the end of the world. We'll still get most of that 1,600 used up, and then we'll just reheat the rest of it later, but the hope is that maybe this finishes just on time. Alright, let me go chop. I need to chop a couple trees, I think. For a couple reasons. One is we would love to get a little bit more firewood. We need to make something as well. And I wouldn't mind some more fencing too to get those pigs together. I can't wait to have copper saws and such. Yeah, you know what? Before I do that one, let me make another axe. If you have a second axe in your inventory and the first axe breaks, the second one will take over automatically and not ruin your particular thing you're working on. There we go. Okay. So now when I finish this, it'll just replace the broken axe with the new axe. There we go. Oh, I forgot to finish making the axe. Unfortunately, I got almost all of the tree, and this one will go much faster. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, yeah, we got a whole stack of wood there. Alright, so okay, that's still burning there. check on that. It's just kind of getting started. It's going to take, I'm sure it's going to take all 10 of those. All right, what I want to do is make a panning bowl, a wooden pan. It's knife to the right of a log. Now with this, and I have the auto pan mod, and you should too. It's probably one of those mods that seems really easy, but everybody should have it. And I'm just going to dig up these blocks. Now I grabbed those bony soils from the ruin. I think we may have gotten those last time, I'm not sure. But I'm also going to dig up 8 of these. I just had these laying around. I'll dig up all of them, why not? And we're going to go place them next to water somewhere. Now, if you have trouble finding copper in your world, some people, especially when they first start playing, have trouble finding copper. I don't really have that problem anymore because I know exactly kind of where to look and how to look for it and stuff. But I remember when I first started playing, I did. Okay, I'm just putting this down randomly. Now, traditionally what you do is you take your pan in your hand, you right-click a thing, and then you right-click again. And then that does this little animation. But I have the auto panning mod, so I'm going to go Control X to turn that on. And it's just going to take up any block that it sees that's eligible for panning in its radius, which it's going with this one first. And it's just going to pan and pan and pan. Now, I already got this copper from panning. I imagine I might get some more claystone stones. And some other things, too. We're going to get flints. There, we just got one there. We're going to get a few other minerals. We're going to get a few things. So I'm just going to let that go for a minute. I'm going to step into my kitchen real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, I got a rusty gear, which is nice. I've gotten a couple coppers, a couple of those. I've got this clear flint, or clear quartz there. This is sphalerite, which is another mineral. I got an arrowhead. So, you know, you can get some good stuff here. The other thing is, in addition to doing this with this gravel, eventually it's going to get to the bony soil, and the bony soil is going to give me a whole different class of things. So that's nice. I got 2 rusty gears. That's really good luck. Okay. There I got a spearhead. And there I got some clay. And as you can see, you get so you get like a whole wide range of things. But now when this one gets down, it's going to go to the next row, and then we're going to get to that bony soil. And I'm curious to see what that gives us. All right, let's see if it does what. Yeah, there it goes. One last gravel, and now we're onto the bony soil. Man, we're getting a lot of rusty gears per capita. Usually you get like, I can't remember the exact odds of it. I can't remember the actual odds of it, but it's pretty low odds. It's like 1 out of 50 or something. So to get 3 within maybe 50 pans, what do we do? 4, and each one is 8. So what is that? 4 times 8 is 32. So yeah, that's like way above the odds. I'm not sure why we got so lucky there. I just got a metal scrap, which is cool too. Alright, so then now we're going to get to the bony soil, and here's where it gets interesting, because some of these are really good. Like, you're going to get copper spear tips, you're going to get things like candles, books, metal parts, and all these, you can get a rust gear, you can get a temporal gear. So it's all great. So let's just see how that plays out for another second. Okay, got my popcorn. Let's see what all we got here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the auto off by Control Xing again. Looks like there's a couple bones sitting here that we haven't been able to pick up. Oh, and there goes my torch as well. Oh, man, I'm so bad at keeping that thing lit. Alright, that was it though. So, okay, so we'll finish doing the rest of that later. But let's go back and see what we got. That's just something I wanted to demonstrate in this episode to show you that there's other ways to get minerals and things if you need to, especially if you need a little bit more copper. See, I just got 5 in that short amount of time. Okay, so we got that. So we can start putting these here, I guess. Alright, let's eat that because we're dying. Oh, and let's take a look at this. This is, oh, it's good to go. Okay, so that's melted down. Where did I put my tongs? There they are. Alright, so grab that, and let's at least pour this down here. Get that anvil. The anvil is an important thing, because you're going to need it to craft certain more complicated metal tools and recipes. So this is urgent that you get this up as quick as possible. And then I'm going to do 2 ingots for sure. We're going to talk about ingots later, but we only have the 2 molds right now. I'm going to do a pickaxe for sure. I'm going to do another hammer, because it couldn't hurt. And then with the rest of this, I'm going to put this back in here, and that'll heat it back up a little bit, at least temporarily. And well, let's go check and see if these molds are ready. I think they might be. And they are. Sweet. This is great timing. This is like almost perfectly choreographed. And I got the exact right amount too, didn't I? Sure. Okay. Here. Eat these onions quick. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay. So go up here with these molds. Got a few more options for tools. We're gonna have an axe, a shovel, and a prospector's bit. Okay. So we'll take this still nice and hot out of the oven, and we'll get these last 3 filled. And that's literally all the copper I have. That is perfect. Okay. Put that down. Is there enough time to light these up? not, we'll put a little bit of firewood in there. There we go. Firewood's up. And we'll get those torches recombobulated. Let me eat these while we're waiting. Okay, one other thing you want to start doing, you need to start developing a small amount of cobblestone at some point. Oh, I already had a pan. That's funny. I didn't remember making that. So I'm going to grab this clay. We're going to take these stones, put it around the clay, and then we've got this cobblestone. Now I've been slowly making cobblestone floor, but we also need to make forges, so especially maybe 2 would be good. So make 2 forges. Got 2 left over. You only need 1 right now, but couldn't hurt to make 2. Alright. So I'm going to put the forges right back here. Alright. And those are done. So, reserves away there. Okay. Let me make some more fencing. And then more firewood, I think. There we go. Okay. So the idea that I have for the fencing, I think I might just try to make this basically the boar pen. But we'll expand it and we'll bring this boar into it, like using the following method. Ba-da, ba-da-da. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. We'll close it off there. Okay. And then what we'll do, we'll release the boar into that new section there, and hopefully it just goes without me having to prompt it to bed. And then we can cannibalize that other fence section. I'll let it be for a second. And I'm going to put this copper in here. By the way, this finished, I don't know if it was done last time, but it's definitely done now. And we're going to use that to start storing food at some point, so I'm going to avoid putting the copper in there for now. Right. And dirt. Okay, that's still, these are all still pulling down. One thing they added in 1.20, by the way, for those who are paying attention, they added differently colored metal objects based on how warm it is. So, right. And it's getting to be dark out, so I'm going to go to sleep here in a second. Before I go to sleep, let's see if the board made any progress. It did not. Alright, well, I guess it made this enough progress. So we're just going to keep doing that until the board makes it all the way down the other side. Okay, let's put this hammer away. I know we're going to need more thingies, so I'll make another tool rack. Plant this flower right on the outside of my house. Okay, and it is 10 o'clock. So this will get me to wake up at like 5 something in the morning. It should be bright enough. Okay. Put that anvil down there. I'm gonna destroy this fire. We may make another fire somewhere, but it's kind of in the way now. Okay. So we've got 2. Now you can set these on the ground just like that. But we're gonna actually light those up in a second. Grab all these though, real quick. got another pickaxe. We're gonna have a shovel, and that'll come to replace that flint one. Same with the axe. The axe will come down to replace that one when it breaks. We're gonna have a pro pick, which we'll start using really quickly, and then a second hammer, which we will use eventually. But for now, I'm gonna put the hammer away. Alright. Now, I'm gonna grab a couple more charcoal here. So I really only need one. Well, I'm gonna do two. We're gonna light this up. Now it's gonna take a second to get hot again. Grab this tongs. And we've got 2 claystone rocks. By the way, we are gonna need a tougher rock at some point. I'm trying to think where the best place to go. I guess maybe down in the caves is the best place. But anyway, let's make a little bit more cobblestone while I'm waiting. Alright. I don't know why these are in different, they came in different chunks. Let's put this on the ground here. Let's put these on in here, along with those. Make this into a spear. We'll use that at some point. And we can put these on the ground, I believe, as well. Okay. So this is getting close. It's at 900. We can work it at 900. We might as well wait until it heats up even further. And as you can see, when my shovel broke, the other one came down into my inventory. Now let's get these ingots now that they're warmed up. I'll start by making a saw. This is going to be one of the most important things you first forge. Just click the saw recipe when you click it onto the thing. You can right click to turn it like that. And then you play a little mini game where you get the voxels in place. And we are hungry again. That's okay. We'll ignore that for now. We'll go get food right after we finish what we're doing. Alright, so we're almost done here. We're just getting these last couple voxels in place. Alright, that is that, and then we'll go to the takeaway thing here, and we'll get rid of the extra. I wouldn't recommend, if you're just starting the game, to go as fast as I'm going. I'm basically just holding the hammer button down, but if you're just starting, you can stop for a second, and then click one at a time. Alright, in addition to that, we're going to make... I'm trying to decide if I want chests more, or... I'm going to go chisel, I think. Oh, I just remembered something. I have a chest on my back. I was exploring earlier, and I brought some stuff back in my inventory, but I actually forgot that I put a chest on my back. And I haven't even looked at it yet. We're gonna end this episode doing a little exploring, so I'll go over how we got that. But I just wanted to look and see what's inside. I forgot. I found it in a underground dungeon. Found the chest, and I put it on my back because that's one thing you can do with this mod, this particular mod that we're using. There's the chisel. And then the saw, we can just put a stick on that. And then I'll be talking about the saw more in just a minute. Let's get some food. Actually, let's see if the boar has made any progress. Not much. Again, a little bit. Alright. So I'll tell you what, let me this down, and then we'll go. I'm gonna grab my spears, and we're gonna go out and get some food. Hopefully, hunting or something. Alright, and then let's get this hammer. We don't need that. Okay. So I'm gonna go out into the woods now. Obviously, I'm gonna forage for mushrooms, but if I see a decent wild animal, there's a rabbit. I'm just not. They're just eluding me too greatly right now. Okay, almost got it. Problem is, if I use up all the dirt, there, I got it that time. But how is it still alive? How does a rabbit survive a javelin to the face like that? That just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I think, I wonder if it's better to try to hunt these wolves. Probably not, now that I think about it. Oh, there's chickens, though. Wouldn't mind those chickens. Problem is, the wolves have a straight shot to me. What you want is to run a little bit of interference when the wolves are chasing you. Okay. Once you injure the wolves enough, they do start to run away. And I've been injured severely too, as you can see by the feedback of my screen turning that color. But I think I can still get this guy. Maybe. Of course, it doesn't help that I'm starving. That's another complication. Alright, let's see if I can get him. Okay, got him. Alright, sweet. We killed our first wolf. Let's not get our torch out. Okay, that's a pretty healthy amount of meat. I'm gonna go immediately put this fat onto that hide so I can prevent it from rotting. There's other techniques we'll talk about later, but that's like the easy one in the early game. And it actually allows you to get better bags pretty quickly too if you start making some hides. So we'll keep doing that for now. Can I eat this meat raw? I don't think I can. No, I cannot. I could have eaten the fat now that I think about it. And I definitely want to lure these chickens to my place at some point, but in the meantime, I definitely scared the other wolf away, and I wouldn't mind killing it too. I just don't know where I scared it off to. Is that the same rabbit from earlier? No, it would have died. I'm having so much trouble with the rabbits. Okay, well let's just head home immediately and cook this one wolf up. I think that's a good amount of snack food to keep me alive. I should be able to get this happen before I die, but we'll see, I guess. We'll also be getting like a bonanza of berries any day now. Those have been sitting there for long enough that we should start to see the results of that. And then we'll start grooming these pigs to be food, and yeah, we'll be in good shape soon, but not quite yet. Alright, let's get that lit immediately. Okay. We may die here, we'll see. And I've got one pelt going there, and this is gonna go there. This is a huge one though, so this actually could be made into various clothing, or frankly, could be a waste on a hunter backpack. That's one slot upgrade of that cattail one, but let's see if I can get one of these cooked and eaten real quick here. Here we go. It's a race against the clock. Okay. There we go. We're not going to die, at least from starvation right now. Okay. So we'll let those keep cooking. let me check on the berries, see where we're at with these. So these will ripen in 7 days. 2 days on the cranberries. Wait, that's flower. Ripening again in similar amounts of days. Yeah, so the flowering ones, I think the soonest we're gonna get berries is 6 days. Okay, that sucks, but it'll be nice when it happens. It's possible that these turnips will be ready soon. It's possible that. Oh, the heat is starting to get to the turnips. We don't like that. All right. Well, I guess now's a good time to talk about healing items. So I'm gonna run over to the forest real quick, carefully. Get my knife out, because we're going to be looking for some horsetail. Horsetail is a flower that grows in forest biomes. Typically, I think it has to be grassy forest, like here. Yeah, here we go. So this, whoops, what did I do? God, I hate this. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Alt tab. Is that it? No. Control right arrow. Okay, virtual. Is that it? Window key control. Alright, that's it. Except for. There we go. Okay. Sorry, but I don't know if y'all followed me along for that. I think I was just accidentally pushed the Windows key and then I created like a virtual tab, or I don't know what they call it, but whatever. Anyway, I'm back. Okay, so I'm gonna get 4. Let's get 8 of these. 6, 7, 8. Alright. Then I'm gonna go, let me eat first. Okay, then we're gonna go and grab some cattails, which I already have harvested once, for 32, and then place these together like that. And we used 4 cattails and those 8 horsetails to make these 8 horsetail poultices. And we'll just right click those, and as you can see, we're getting quite a bit of health back very quickly. Now the world is back to a fairly healthy state. And again, just for FYI, I play with the extra health, but in vanilla you would have half the health. I would have died for sure. I would have had to attend to my health a lot sooner. Okay, so I'm gonna head off this way now. And we're gonna do just a little bit more food related survival. I would like to kill that other wolf. Maybe get another pelt going. But get his food for sure. And I just don't know where he ended up. It was a bit of a family, wasn't it? I mean, there was a wolf pup, which makes me sad, honestly. Okay, there's the chickens. I guess if you want to think of it this way, I might be killing the wolf and condemning its pup to die, but I'm also saving the chickens for sure. And I probably should not mess with this bear. Then again, it's a lot of meat. Oh, there's the wolf. I think I see the wolf. Alright, we'll see if it's still wounded. He has 3 pups with him. Alright, it was still wounded. Okay. I'll let the pups be. I mean, they'll just hang around. Do they grow up in nature? I can't remember. I'm not familiar with that mechanic so well. But that is very nice. And actually, we're going to get only enough to do that with... Oh, actually, we did both. Okay, very good. One fat does 2 medium hides, I guess. Okay, so while we're over here, I'm gonna look for a cave. Actually, let's kill this fox too. There we go. Alright, so we're getting some good hunt food here. Oh, there's another copper deposit here if I really wanted to. I'll probably do those off camera, to be honest. I heard a wolf barking, but I think it's a pup, right? Alright. What are these? Are these... Okay, I could use the black currant. I could use that. I'll take the berries too. What is this? White currant. I'll take that too. I always struggle to find white currant bushes in this game. So it's always kind of nice to find some. Alright, there we go. And what's that? That is another black. Alright. Very good. That's good. Oh, actually, wait, is that shale? Did we decide? Probably. Well, let's just go up there and see. I am kind of sort of low-key looking out for a igneous stone. Oh, actually, you know what? That's peridotite. I forgot that was down there. So let's grab some of that while we're over here too, shall we? And there's tons of black currant over here. This is nice. But what I really need are, let's see, 4, I guess let's get at least 8 peridotite right here. By the way, what's this? What is this guy? Limestone. That's awesome. Okay, so that's shocking that I found that limestone. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that with the mineral thing there. So limestone's very important later in the game. In fact, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get some now if I could afford it in my inventory, which I really don't have a lot of room in. I guess I could put that together, but I'd rather keep the fat. Here, I'll tell you what, I don't need this axe anymore. Okay, so now I have room for limestone and peridotite. Okay. So let's start with the peridotite. Okay, what happened? Not sure what happened there. Alright. So we're probably going to get some collapsing here, but I'm going to just go 3 in a honeycomb path. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, wow. See how far that fell from? That's crazy. Okay, I may need to rethink this a bit with the collapsing mechanic that I'm just not that familiar with. That's crazy that it comes from all the way up there too. Okay, but I think I basically got one. I think we might have to... God damn it. Okay, this is gonna be harder than I thought. Because that's cracked. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna start from up here and go down. Yeah. They need to fix this entity thing because those are just... That's something that just kind of happens. You'll see that. Okay, so we'll get this one here. By mining from the top down rather than from the bottom up. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we got one. Except for now we've got a problem of having all that. Okay, so we'll get that. And we can get this one here. So we have to get 2 here. Let's go for 2. Okay, we'll get this one right away. And this one as well. Boy, that feels loud, that music. So now we've got 3, and I need at least 4. I'd love 8, but I'm not sure it's in the cards in this particular setting. we'll see. There's that. So that's gonna be 4, and the reason we are getting these is to make this. So we only need 4, I guess. So we'll stick with that for now. There's shale as well. And then the other thing I want to get is a little bit of limestone. So let's get some of this cracking here. And bada bing. Okay. And there's not that much here, but yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that small height. Okay. So, but you wonder maybe if you dug a little bit deeper, would you find more limestone? You know, where, yeah, there's a little bit down here. And the reason you need limestone is because you need lime. We'll be using lime very soon. But there's more down there, so I guess, you know, let's just, it's silly, but let's just keep it going. This is nice. This is a good find. It's a little weird and awkward down here, but why the hell not? I mean, I think people probably had to do limestone quarries at various times in history or whatever. Oh, and one other thing I should really start doing, and how are we doing on time? We're basically getting towards the end of the episode here. Alright, so what I really wanted to do was explore an underground ruin, but we've ended up doing this other thing. But I guess the good news is we have food now too. Alright, so there's some more lime. I'm not sure if there's going to be any more. Oh, there's some right there. Okay, I want at least to have a stack of limestone, I guess. Man, it is so risky to mine upward like this at this point. Okay, so that's that for that area. Let me try to pop in here and see if there's any back here if I dig it down a little bit. See, I just don't know exactly how it's decided to spawn. Usually though, if you find one rock of one type, you're gonna find more of it. You're gonna find its little cousins and such hanging out. So let's just see if I can find a little bit more. Okay, not looking good there. First one we found was like right here by the shale. So let's maybe try down here. Oh, yep, exactly. So it's like in this weird shale area, basically. Man, it's kind of isolated though. Okay, so we've got 38. That's, you know what? I'd like just a little bit more. The other thing is you can always supplement your lime supply with seashells and such. There we go. So let's just go down here and get this last one. Because if you get 40, that's pretty good. That's a good amount for what we need it for. So let me grab this one and I guess one more. 2 more. 3 more. Let's use hey, why not? If I can get a full stack, I'm not going to complain. 51, that's good enough. Okay. So I'll make a thing of ladders here. What I got rid of here. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of those placestones. Okay, so that was a pretty good haul. And I'd be shocked if there wasn't just a whole bunch of limestone hidden in this mountain somewhere. We'll come back for it later at a different time. Right now, I'm going to try to get home. Okay, those berries, we don't have room for them. Alright, there we go. White currant. Killing me, white currant. Yeah, I think I've got to keep those. I mean, I don't have enough room in my inventory to get those berries, so. Oh well, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Man, oh, this is gonna hurt. This is flax. It's spelled though. Oops, a little lag there. Fortunately, it's spelled, so I don't have to worry about it. Like wine cap, mushroom, lovely. They've really expanded, and in a good way, the amount of mushrooms and the frequency of mushrooms in this game, which I love. It's a good move. Okay, so we're gonna head home now, north. I think we're over by that furniture trader. Yeah, we are. I can see it on the map. It's a very verdant area, and it's good to know that there's limestone over here, too. Okay, there's another pig. And yet another chicken as well. Oh, you know what I just realized? We've lost audio. Hang on. Why have we lost audio? Oh, no, we haven't. We're good. Okay. It just, there's no sound happening. Okay. It's eerie, though, isn't it? Okay, and yet more berries of the type that I'm currently hanging on to, which is great. So we'll keep munching on those berries. They're good for about a day or two, you know, inventory-wise. We can probably make this jump here without our torch going out. I cannot wait until I don't have to worry about my torch not going out anymore, by the way. And there's the original spawn point in the world. And there's our house, okay. I do have carrots down here, and those are mature, so I don't have room in my inventory for them now, but maybe I'll come back and get them at a later time. Okay. Can I do this without getting my torch out? I'm not sure that I can. Nope, that's alright. Okay, so I think the last thing I'm going to do on the episode here, now that we've got all these resources, let's get these berry bushes planted. And our cook, let's get our cook in the oven here. It's black currant area, so I'm going to put these down here. Perfect. Oh shit, that was white currants. White currants can go over here. There we go. And I apparently have had the cooking pot the whole time in my inventory, which is brilliant. Okay, we've got a rift forming nearby, which is not what we want. Okay. So we do have these medium heights curing, so we'll put those down. And we do have this extra piece of fat, which you can put on the ground like that as well. And let's get these limestone pieces in here, I guess. Let's go ahead and make the quern. So to make the quern, you simply go, it used to be easier, now the recipe's gotten a little bit more complicated to put the hammer and chisel in. Am I out of sticks? I'm out of sticks, okay. Let's get a few sticks real quick. There's a nice big oak tree over here that's going to give me plenty of sticks. By the way, this copper axe is much better at fending off melee attacks. So you can use it for melee if you need to, which we might be needing in just a minute. But in the meantime, let's do that recipe again. So it just goes like this. And there we go, there's your corn. Okay, and the corn we can use to start making lime, which we just got. So if you put your lime in the corn, and you start right-clicking the top of it, you can actually do both. You can see that arrow goes across, creates the lime powder. So that's how we make lime. And then one last thing I'm going to do before we end the episode. Let me grab a tree. I'll grab this oak tree itself. This might take a minute, but I'll show you the power of this copper axe relative to a flint axe. Now, it's still a weak tool relative to the in-game tools and stuff, but definitely is an improvement. And it will get this whole tree, whereas the flints would have struggled. There we go. Very lovely. And we're getting tons of wood from this. And it's oak wood, and there's a reason I chose that tree specifically. Let me come right back to that, because we're out of inventory to hold all that wood. Alright, so we'll go back, right back to where it was. Wouldn't mind getting an oak seed, but I didn't really go for one. That's fine, I've already replanted another oak elsewhere. If you really want to, what you could just simply do is pop around your forest until you see another oak tree. They're a little bit rarer than the maples and the pines and the birches, but they're important. They're an important resource. I don't see any over here. I know for a fact there's some back this way. This one that we've been kind of playing with. And so you would just beat up on the leaves until you got an oak seed. Again, great source of sticks. I think we discovered more or less last time that the oak tree seems to be better at producing sticks than, pine trees. Just not really sure why that is, but it does seem to be the case. Alright, so there's that. So we'll take our oak seed, and we'll just go plant it where the tree was. Sustaining life. And this is, we definitely want to keep this moving as well. Okay, so he's basically like almost all the way there. And that's a wolf howl from the forest, I think, not from the baby wolf. But yeah, that rift is going to cause problems at some point very soon. We're going to start getting drifters. Okay, so I'm going to go boom, boom. Like so. And then what if I just went like this? I think that's the way to go. Okay, so he's got that freedom there. I'm just gonna make this into a big square here. Then I'm going to break these walls down so that they can reach each other. There, they're friends now. Okay. And I'd like to get in there and get those extras, but whatever, we'll do that later. They're not, it's not that important. They're ubiquitous blocks. Okay. So let's, last thing I'm going to do is take these. With the saw. Make those into these planks. And I'm going to put some down real quick just so I have a little inventory space. Let me put this, plant this tree real quick. I believe this, yeah, it was right over here. Okay, so we've replanted the oak tree. Couple things we're going to do right away. First of all, we're going to make a trough for the pigs. That way we can start feeding and inspiring reproduction. What you would want to do, the early game way to do this is get at least eight grass, like so, and put it in the trough like that. But you can plant crops and put them in there as well. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is make barrels. Barrels are made simply by going like this. I'm going to make 3 barrels. One, 2, 3. Next thing we're going to do is make a bucket. I know it's dark out, sorry. Bucket is made by taking our linen, which we have these flax fibers from breaking flax plants, and we just did 4 in a row, made that into that, and we're going to go like that for a bucket. Alright, now we have a bucket. Now, let's get a bucket of water. Just going to run down here, grab some water, run back over here. Now, water can be made basically infinite, even more easily in this game than in Minecraft. You just simply put it down, and you control right-click, and then you've got infinite water. So we're going to fill all these buckets up, these barrels. We can also use that water for the farm and stuff, but for now, that's what we want to do. And then on 2 of these barrels, and we'll figure out the reason why we're doing this later, we're going to put 5 oak in each of these. Okay. Then we're going to get this done and put this lime in the other barrel. Okay, so that's where we're going to leave things. We'll get it there next time. Some food, nice. Let's... Oh, why aren't there drifters? Where are the drifters? It shocks me that they haven't spawned in yet. I don't know why they're not spawning. Is it still too light? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. You'd think they'd be out, but beautiful sky. I don't know why it's still like light up in the clouds. It's weird. Anyway, let's go to bed. And I think that's where we're going to end the episode. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Vintage Story Let's Play Preview Season 1, or 1.20 preview. Okay, folks, I've stopped the video recording now. We are still streaming though, so for those hanging in there on the stream, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop the stream too. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time on